Hey guys, Ariso here. I don't like Kickoo. I don't like playing against Kickoo. They have very fast scout access. Since they start with fishing, not only are they turn zero drive, in continents it's very important to have very fast access to water units since not only do you have free claim to any resources in the water such as ocean ruins, starfishes, possible island villages, you'll also get a faster navy. Kiko has access to that, and I don't. But luckily enough, in this game, my capital spawn is a port spawn. I have possible ports here, and with ports, I can have access to this one. I know there's a city, this island city here, since there are resource indicator. I also know there's a city here, since there are resource indicator. And a single port here can get me two cities here. Fishing, specifically ports, are very strong in expansion. Look at Kiko here. Turn 5. Turn 5, he was able to go into my continent and steal one of my city here. Turn 5. And now I go fishing. Turn 3 capital. Get a unit here. Take this one. I didn't upgrade since, I needed the units for defending, so rather than being greedy and upgrading for stars or explorer, it's much more reasonable to just get units for defense. Dead. Vet assigning, I think. The ruin gave me a lighthouse since it's an explorer, and now I know that there's two cities here. I already know a few turns ago, but now I see them. And in the next turn, I can just plop here or here. Now I get another explorer. For guess what? Vision, but also a lighthouse. I see their continents. And I see the port here. And where's it? I see that it's actually connected. So that is the reason how they were able to snag this city here. It's actually connected to my continent. Denied. They're already vet assigning. So since I know that it's a high elo opponent, rather than instantly killing this one, I just double check. And yeah, they are vet assigning. So rather than killing this one, it's better to kill an almost veteran unit instead. And now population. I didn't take population border growth since it's going to impede 1, 2, 3 villages possible development. So I just went with population. Now I capture port, population, another vision, hopefully get another lighthouse, and I did. Now I get a better view of the opponent's continent. Okay, stars, very good. Okay, stars again with the monument. Since not only am I population cap here, it's very nice that I have monument to unlock my populations. Good, good. Yeah, I really just can't place a unit here since they have 3 units to deny me this ruin here. So instead, it's just a standoff on trying to get that ruin. And now I got a scout. Kill, units, capture. Not enough stars for a connection. And now they have scouts of their own. Okay, I see that they have a city here. So I just killed their scout. But also, taking the lighthouse for the Eye of God. And now, stars. Now I step on the ruin. I capture here. Level 3. Last stars. And they get the veteran from the ruin. Killed this one's a few turns, no? Denied me this ruin. but I can recapture later on. I have a Juggernaut. They don't. I place my Juggernaut there, removing my scouts to Starfish Collection, but also a ruin here. Denying this one next turn. Next moves. Stars there. Connection. Stars again. As much as possible. Take the free stars. And then another giant with my Eye of God. Killed. Denied. Units. As much as buy as many units as I can since it's a naval battle sooner or later. And now they have the first giant here. Is this their capital? Yeah, that's their capital, so that's how they made a giant. And another giant here with their Gate of Power. Do I have a Gate of Power? No, I don't. They have more kills than me. So, kill, just trading units kill. Now I get navigation for the stars. And now border growth. Deny, heal units. Another Juggernaut, another scout. Removing my roughs here for possible scouts or bombers. Since this tile here is just enough clearance for here. If this one's a bomber, I can deny them a lot of space. But since this is a bomber here, if this is a possible bomber, we have scouts, they can snipe it. So, you know, just a precaution, I guess. They're taking this one, unfortunately. Kill, now capture. And I get climbing. Not a very useful technology. I would have preferred stars or veteran swordsman. Actually, I was counting on being able to unsiege this one. Since, where is it? Do I have killer yet? Yeah, I have killer now. Gate of Power. With Gate of Power, I can get 3 populations. And here, in this city, I have exactly 3 fruits. That's just going to cost me 16. 16 stars for an unsiege. So, I was preparing on that. But this time I just used a... What did I use? How did I unsiege again? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, sorry. Next turn. Next 2 turns, I'm going to use the organization. But I have actually made a major misplay later on there. But continuing, I have already set up a few market spots. Here, market here, and market here. And a possible windmill here. So I'm very set up in terms of long-term economy. The opponent is not. The opponent is, how should I say, going full in attack with scouts in this canal. This one's very under attack. And now they have, they smack my giant here with the swordsman. But that was a very big mistake. And now they made a veteran warrior. I really should have just prioritized on killing this one though. And with the scouts, they had severely wounded my giant to 26 health. Yeah, they just need 15, so next turn, they can siege me with the giant. But yeah, sorry, so continuing, that was when I was counting for organization and roads. So with organization and roads, I get 1, 2, 3 for guess what? Additional 2 connections for network. I can get Grand Bazaar with roads. But also, I can get the organization for an additional 3 here. So I have 6 population for monument and organization. Just enough for another giant push. But I made a mistake there, so they were able to capture this one next turn, fortunately. But now I'm sieging this one. This coastal city here. They don't have an unsiege for this one. Here, captured. Wound. They parked their giant here, killed. They actually were able to unsiege. And then they chop a lot of forests for, and now I go with roads. So going back to what I said earlier with network and organization, I was supposed to be able to unsiege, but I didn't count my stars properly. I'm short. I'm short of exactly 2 points of stars. Organization cost 10. I need just 2 since, additional population from the connection. But I only have 12. I need 14. The mistake was this one. I made an additional warrior last turn. If I didn't make that warrior here, this one's an unsiege with a giant push. But I didn't, so they were able to capture this city. But don't worry, I have a giant here, so I can just unsiege, retake it later on. They don't have technologies or monuments to unsiege. So, deny. I'm actually down on points this time since they captured my city there. But I have enough units for recapture next turn. And now I'm also re-threatening to take this one. Now I go with trade. First market, turn 16. Very nice. And now we go. They took cloak. They went with cloaks. I think they were planning to, make a cloak chain over here since this is a relatively high level city. And now another veteran warrior. They are very good at vet assigning, unlike me, very poor vet assign. And then I captured with the warrior. Yeah, since I was being very greedy, I was like, no, they don't have enough units for a non-shades since they moved back their giant. So rather than sieging with the giant, I just siege with the warrior and push my giant upward to try and take the city here. Now I'm taking this back, and now I get additional markets. Market here, another windmill here for population, and another farm here for another giant. Now I've reversed the situation. No, they can take this one, but that's a bit too late. They've moved their cloak, so I was trying to find out if it's here, or here. So I've moved my giant here to hopefully know where the cloak is. Since if I placed it here, it's either that the cloak is there or it's here. I thought it was here since I see the icon, but no, it's not here. The cloak is here. So how do I go there? With the rider. This rider here, I can remove it here later on. Capture. Dang. Cloak was revealed, enemy surrendered. Yeah. That was a good game. And now I have a bomber there. I just bought this turn. The reason being, I was denying them this port city, port access here, but also defending this one here. Very nice. Before we look at the elo, let's check how my opponent did. Before markets, I'm pretty sure I'm up in stars per turn. He makes 27, I make 27, and he makes 22, so I'm up in stars by 5 points. And let's look at the continent distribution. 2, 4, 5, he has 5, I have also, no, I have 6. This one's 5, and then 6 one here. He has 5, but they've managed to capture this one. I have this one. And I have this island seat here. Come on. So let's count 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6. I'm actually up in cities in turn 12. He is no giants is very fair, but I have more. I have better technology. Yeah, my technology is very nice. Their technology, yeah, they're forced to get hunting in our organization. That's a bit unfortunate. How did okay? They have did they get the organization from a ruin? They have a ruin here. What did that ruin give? Ah, farming. That's how they get the border wood here. Okay. Yeah, they're very good, but a bit unlucky on their spawn, I guess. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and to the opponent, I hope if you're practicing for the World Tournament, I hope this game was fruitful in your practice. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.